the power to transform ordinary foods into extraordinary dishes. And with multiple speeds, you get complete control over any recipe you create. Savory stews, delicious egusi in just 10 to 30 seconds. Perfectly blended beans for akara or moi moi in 1 to 3 minutes. And everything in between.
The CookX 4-in-1 blender has been a game changer for me. It takes the hassle out of meal prep and lets me whip up healthy treats for my family in no time.
The CookX 4-in-1 blender is the only blender I use in my kitchen. Its variable speed control lets me achieve the exact texture I need for each dish.
The CookX 4-in-1 blender is now available exclusively on ShopX TV. For a limited time, we're offering an exclusive clearance sale price with up to 50% off. Typically, you might pay up to 350,000 naira for a blender that doesn't even break down and pulverize stems, seeds, and skin.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Hello and thank you for joining us on the Tuesday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Benga Oreshegun. Today on the program, President Tinubu hails Shatima at 59, says Vice President has justified choice as his running mate. Governor Bago of Niger State sacks cabinet members after performance appraisal. And later on the show, El-Rufai clashes with Ribadu and Governor Ubasani says insecurity, not opposition, should be eliminated as Kaduna state government warns him not to plunge state into violence. Well, I'll be hanging out with Femi Adefila and Asuko James. Journalist Hangout starts right now. Now let's begin the conversation. When a leader exhibits humility, loyalty and integrity, there is no limit to the goodwill that he or she enjoys. The Vice President of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, embodies these qualities. Hence, congratulatory messages are pouring in for him on the occasion of his 59th birthday. Leading in this regard is President Bola Tinubu, who seized the opportunity to affirm that the Vice President has justified the confidence reposed in him. In a goodwill message, President Tinubu described Shettima as a dependable ally whose loyalty, intellect and political experience have enriched the administration's reform drive. The President recalled the Vice President's track record as Governor of Borno State and Senator, noting how those experiences have shaped his contributions to governance at the highest level. First of all, a happy birthday to the Vice President, the ever-brilliant Vice President. But let's examine with a fine-tooth comb, looking at what the President said. How will you describe his carriage in office as the Vice President of Niger?
Well, I think just like the President said, he has really exhibited competence.
Yes.
Sometimes or many a times, if you see the Vice President going for event on behalf of the president, he uses one word: on behalf of my boss.
On behalf
showing
of my boss.
Loyalty to the president, and not just the president, but that office, showing how very close they are. I remember some months back, some people were already bringing some political undertone, saying the president might have to change him and this, that. And I remember on this same table, we said, let the president be the one to decide. I think with what the president has said today, what he has written,
volumes.
It has this underbelly, response to them, in that I'm not sure I want to change this team. Because this man has been competent, he has shown his intellect.
And you don't change a winning team.
You can never change a winning team, you know. And anytime he goes out, he shows that he shares in my vision, you know, for a better Nigeria. So the president has really found a good friend and ally. I know when in 2022, when he decided to pick him, so many people were saying, why Shettima, why Shettima? But there were some things the president had already told us now why he actually picked him, you know, to be his deputy. And for coming from his boss, you know, it shows that the president really respects him, you know, as a friend, as well as a vice president. So the president can always go to bed knowing that he has somebody who is loyal and who shares in his vision.
Absolutely. I mean, the president described him as a dependable ally and no regret in picking him as the vice president. I mean, how instructive is this statement?
Well, thank you so very much. I actually find some of the words that Mr. President used in his message more compelling. He's a brother. A brother? And a co-traveler in the journey to build this nation.
Some fine words.
A brother is more than a friend. You call somebody a brother because you can go to bed trusting that that guy got your back. And if you trace the relationship of Shettima and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it predicts the presidency. I remember in 2017, Shettima named a whole estate after Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That was when Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in Borno, when he was governor, was not particularly popular within the presidency. That was a conspiracy against him. But he stood out from the north and dared to name a complex after him. That's a demonstration of loyalty. And he did say then that I took this decision because he stood by me in 2015 when some tyrant wanted to hijack the structure of APC in Borno State. You see, I read the statement and I think it's dripping of salutations, encomium, felicitations, and the president spoke from the heart that this man deserves to be my deputy and to be my vice president. And that put a paid. That put paid to the rumors making the round that Mr. President is intending to change him, to drop him and stuff like that. And I think it's good because when we have presidency that is one, no division, no distractions, then they can face the business, the honored business of governing the nation. Because you can't steer the ship of a nation with all the problems that we have with a divided house. So when your vice president is not after you, like we saw during Obasanjo and Vice President Atiku Abubakar, that the nation paid dearly for that. So the nation does not pray for a repeat show of the drama that we witnessed then. We are happy that they are working in cohesion, they are working in tandem and on the same page as far as governing this nation is concerned. And I think the vice president should just rest assured now that 2027 is sure for him, because I don't think Mr. President uses the word loosely.
Absolutely.
I mean, he must have
so
gauged his words before
beautiful
he chose
words,
those
flowery
words.
But moving forward, what should we be expecting from the vice president? You know, as the administration strives, you know, to put the nation on the path to prosperity, what should Nigerians be expecting from him?
No, I think for the vice president, I just want him to be him and not allow anybody to distract him. He should just be focused. He should be dedicated to the plans and the vision of the president. Because anywhere he goes to, he's always talking about the renewed hope agenda.
True.
You know, so if that is the plan that they have, he should just focus on it and not be distracted by the political vuvuzelas who are outside there, you know, trying to distract him, you know, because there are so many people who are eyeing that his seat. And that is why they are all blowing that vuvuzela so that the president, so that the president will start to think about it. Yes, now of course, so that the president will hear them.
That's right.
And he will be the one, the silent voice. You understand? So he should just keep being who he is. Because I've seen him a couple of times. I've witnessed. I remember in New York when he actually addressed the world. The way he took charge, his courage, his candor, and you could see it written all over him that I'm not just here to represent myself, but I'm here to represent the country and my boss. And he delivered that statement.
And even in the way he used some
words,
Shakespearean words.
Very deep.
Very deep.
He's an intellectual.
He's an avid reader.
Yeah, but let me support what he said. Mr. Vice President should be cognizant of one fact. The banana peels in his wills are many.
Okay.
Many more people wish him to sleep. And they are waiting for him to sleep. It's in his sleeping that they are writing lies. He must be cognizant of that and be conscious of that. And he must know that there is the reward of a good work is more work.
Sure.
And definitely there's no value-free relationship. You must give something back to sustain friendship, to sustain relationship. So he must sustain the relationship that he have now. He must do everything within his power to be himself, like he said, not to only be a sycophant or pander to every wish of Mr. President, but we want to lock him up as a brother and tell him the truth, that we are drifting, we are not doing this right, we have gotten this right, we need to do this right, not to be a praise singer.
All right, we have someone, Ade, calling in from London. Ade, go ahead, you have the floor.
Yes, I want to say hello to all of you. You are all professional journalists.
Thank you.
I respect you.
Thank you.
Yes, you are proving that you are journalists. None of you are politicians. Let me tell you this. President Obasanjo visited Audu Ogbe, who was the chairman of PDP, at home, and he requested for pounded yam, and they gave him pounded yam. By evening of that day, Audu Ogbe was gone. He sacked him. So politicians, don't trust them. They can praise you in the morning, in the evening they change their mind. So don't get carried away with this.
Okay.
So that's why I praise you, because you are a journalist, you are not a politician. God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. So we wish the Vice President
the best
a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, yeah.
Happy birthday. Maybe expect some jollophing, some pepper soup right afterwards. But a happy birthday to the Vice President. So let's move straight to our next conversation. In the words of Singapore's founding Prime Minister, Lee Kuan Yew, a leader must select cabinet members who are ready to work, not those seeking comfort in office. That principle seems to have guided Governor Umar Bago of Niger State, who has dissolved his cabinet after a performance appraisal. Governor Bago announced the decision during a valedictory State Executive Council meeting at the Government House in Minna. According to the governor, the shakeup became necessary to realign his administration with the vision of the new Niger agenda and ensure only capable hands remain in charge. Now let's share this story by TVC News' Chineme Bami with you.
2 years into his administration, Governor Umaru Bago says the decision follows an appraisal of the performance of commissioners.
Your Excellency, good afternoon, sir. Yes, we just dissolved your cabinet after 2 years of working with
They have their KPIs. Some have exceeded their KPIs, some have not, and some have also, we have found out that they have other strength in other fields. And this government is too large, it's large, and we can deploy people to different portfolios. So being a commissioner, an advisor, or director general, it doesn't really matter, we can tweet it. Even a permanent secretary, can turn out to be a commissioner can be a permanent secretary. It's just to tweet it, to put people in the right track so that what we have set out for New Niger will achieve it.
While the dissolution affects all commissioners, key officials, including the Secretary to the State Government, Chief of Staff, and Deputy Chief of Staff have been retained. Some outgoing commissioners expressed gratitude for the opportunity to serve, with hopes of being reconsidered for future appointments.
It's been 2 splendid, privileged years, and we thank His Excellency for giving us the opportunity to serve our people.
His Excellency has accorded to us to serve under his administration, and we are pleased to be part of his administration and the achievement he has already achieved. So we are very grateful and we thank God for it.
It's good to serve a state. If I'm called upon by the executive governor, I'm going to be on my heels to be part of his success story to the end of it.
There had been speculations of growing discontent among commissioners who reportedly complained of not having a free hand in their ministries. this is the first major shakeup in Governor Bago's administration.
Of course, it is expected that in the coming days or in the coming weeks, we should see new sets of commissioners being appointed by the governor. And like he had said in his interview, that it's about performance. We don't know the ministries that have underperformed so far according to his key performance indicators, but we expect that the new set of people that will be coming in would be able to put in their strength for the development of the state according to his vision. Chenemi Bami, TVC News, Mina.
All right, thank you, Chenemi Bami. Now, Femi, right or wrong? This is the first time, seeing that a cabinet will be sacked because based on performance appraisal. I mean, how significant is this?
I love it. I love it so very much. You see, we will start to make progress in this nation within the public space if you can import the private governance model into the public space. KPIs, key performance indicators, is one thing that they use to assess your performance within the private sector. That's why private businesses are thriving and public businesses are dying. That's why we say government has no business in business, but nobody is there to tell you that you are not doing it right. The governor is the chief executive officer. The buck stops at his table. He campaigned and he shared his mandate with the people. He reserved the right to hire and to fire. I hope for good reasons. If he didn't fire or he didn't do this because he wants to shed off those who are not loyal to him or those who are loyal to perceived political enemies, if he did it indeed in pursuance of excellence, then we must commend him. You see, one thing I've discovered is this. We have failures within the public space because the only thing, the currency we spend to be in government is political capital. I'm a politician. I control my local government. I control my district. So you must give me political appointment. So you get there, you misbehave. And nothing happens to you because you are a demigod because of political expediency. That's why we have failures within the public space. But if it can be used, if you can start to use key performance indicator to assess performances of commissioners, of ministers, and weed them off when they become dead woods or they become liabilities.
Has nothing to do with politics
at
all. Has nothing to do with loyalty.
But service delivery.
The job.
Service delivery. Do the job.
Absolutely. I mean, the performance appraisal of the cabinet by governor, it's not about, just looking at what he said. He said it has nothing to do with politics.
Exactly.
Straight up, once you are delivering, we'll keep you. If you're not delivering, out the door.
To show you the way. I think this is one of the best things to happen into Nigerian governance. Set your KPI. Any commissioner that doesn't meet, throw him out.
But how do you think this can develop, improve Niger State?
No, it's definitely going to, because anybody that is bringing in will know, before you even take the job, they will tell you, this is your KPI. And if you don't meet it, even
you must measure up.
You go. And that is what the governor said. The governor said some people exceeded his expectation. So those ones, he will likely bring them back. There are some who did not meet. It's either he's going to take them to another ministry or he will not even bring them at all.
Or kiss them bye-bye.
So it's as simple as that. So he just said something. There are some people who have this entitlement mentality. The
governor is my friend.
That's right.
The governor is my friend.
I deliver 1 million votes.
During the governor's campaign, I gave the governor T-shirt and face cap. It shouldn't be like that. Even if the governor says, okay, fine, you gave me T-shirt, come and be the commissioner. If you are the commissioner, do the work. Because you are not serving the governor, you are serving the people. And so the governor has spelled out his KPI. And if you do not meet it, he's going to show you the door. And I want to praise him. And I believe that the next set of people that will be coming, the next commissioners that will be coming, they will now know that it's not going to be business as usual.
Exactly.
So if you are coming to serve. You are not coming to come and sit down and then at the end of 4 years, you think, when once we finish election, the governor will bring me back. No, it's not going to be like that. You are serving. And this governor has shown the path. And I hope all other governors will take a cue.
All other governors
will take a cue. I know in my state, for instance, the governor has a monitoring team. When once they say go ministry A monitoring team will be there to check if actually you are doing your work.
That's a good one.
So if you are not doing it, the governor knows what to do. But so far he has been sacking people. But I don't know if it is like this one that I'm seeing
performance based.
You understand that if you do not do it, I will sack you immediately. You understand? So we need governors to come out and tell us this. We actually put down the KPIs for people. They did not perform, and that is what we are showing them. So even if you say you are a professor and they give you work, you cannot show us that you can do the job.
Yes.
We'll look for somebody who has a master's degree to come and do the job.
And I want to add that the antidote to having dead wood within the public space is for us to ensure that there's a paradigm shift. We should stop rewarding politicians or those who contribute to our political success with political offices. What is wrong with telling you have done well for me? Please give me 2 or 3 people with competence in this area, and you assess them based on the task ahead.
Not based on politics.
Not based on politics. Or is my son, he must be there. Is my daughter, he was there. If he doesn't have the required, the requisite competence, ability, why must she be in government? That's why we are failing as a people and as a nation. Nothing was within the public space, except few states. Until we start to attract the best of hands and match them with the task. Do you have the competence, the ability? Do you have the antecedent of performance, of excellence? Not because your father is a politician, is known, or, you gave me 1 billion during my election. That's why we are failing. And until we change that and start to attract the very best among us into public offices.
And I want to believe that this decision also aligns with the governor's campaign promises on accountability and service delivery in Niger State. So a very, very good one from the governor, right? Yeah. So we all at the table, we are,
yes, of course.
We hail him. If the reason he gave, the KPI was actually the reason for doing that, then kudos to him.
Yes, kudos to him. All right, then let's move straight to our next conversation. When dealing with insecurity, politicizing the matter only gives room for division and weakens the collective fight against violence. The immediate past governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, displayed such ignominy when he openly clashed with the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, and Governor Ubasani by alleging that the duo were paying ransom to bandits while claiming to be on top of the war against insecurity. In the face of this, the state government has warned El-Rufai against making statements that could plunge the state into violence. While denying the allegations, both the state government and the office of the NSA accused El-Rufai of politicization of national security. Malam Nasir El-Rufai says he stands by all the things he said, even though the NSA has come out to deny it. But this back and forth, between... what's your view of this?
My view is this. I like Malam El-Rufai to an extent. He has history of performance at BP, as Minister of FCT, and of course, even as a governor to an extent. But I don't like his politics. Okay. I believe, I watched the interview live. I saw a very hungry person. He was very angry. And when you are angry, you mix issues. But the issue of insecurity is a very important issue. If we don't have insecurity, whatever he says, he will say he was blabbing. He's not blabbing. He made some point. It would be unfortunate if indeed we are patronizing these people, the bandit, paying them 1 billion. NSA has come out to deny it. And of course, the governor of Kaduna State has also come out to deny it. But the truth of the matter is this. I think we have some respite in Kaduna since this man became governor. Okay. As against when El-Rufai was governor. When he was governor, there was turbulence, there was turmoil, there was so much insecurity, there was kidnapping. Schools were raided. About 3 schools. The southern Kaduna was a sorry state to be, because of his policies and anti-Southern Kaduna idea. I think this governor has tried to redefine both the approaches that is deploying to managing security and insecurity in Kaduna State. But the truth of the matter is this. This is one issue that you must tackle head on.
But Femi, he said he stands by his word that they are paying bandits. does he have evidence to prove, not just saying it?
Yeah.
Even though the NSA have denied, does he have, if you have evidence, why not
bring it out?
Bring it out.
Yeah, that's another thing. But you know, somebody like El-Rufai, don't forget, when he sat right in that studio, it was not just speaking about insecurity, it was playing politics. So we throw whatever you have at your political enemy.
Even without
in Yoruba,
evidence.
they call it the Boshilu.
Okay.
Even without evidence. It's unfortunate if he doesn't have evidence and is making such wide and weighty allegation that constitute that can impact on national security. It's very unfortunate.
That speaks on his integrity here. But I mean, what exactly is Malam El-Rufai implying when he used the word eliminating opposition? I mean, help us understand.
What he was trying to say was that they are trying to stifle opposition in Kaduna. And when he said that, I was just laughing, because this is the same man too who during his time as governor, he also did not allow opposition to even cough.
Oh.
Yes. Is it even Peter Obi that is his friend now? He didn't allow Peter Obi to campaign. Or have you forgotten? You see, that is the problem with Nigerians. Because I see some people on social media praising him. Yes, he's saying the truth. This is the same man who did not allow Peter Obi to go to enter in Kaduna. You understand? This is the same man who, even his own friend, the person who brought him, to politics, Senator Suleiman Ankui, he demolished the man's house because the man had a separate thing. He was criticizing him. So go and ask people in Kaduna, they will tell you that during his time, fear reigned supreme in Kaduna because nobody was able to talk. Nobody was able to, the opposition, they were just there. They couldn't say anything. Obasani, people are even talking in Obasani's time. If you have anything to say, you say. Now, even the Buringwari, then nobody. I remember even our president, when he wanted to campaign in Kaduna, he went in the dead of the night to Buringwari with tons and with a trailer load of soldiers to Buringwari to go and campaign. In the night, I still remember I was in this studio. I was in the office then, before we moved here.
And now, Buringwari now,
you can drive.
They can drive, yeah.
As in, we saw that report by BKO.
You understand? So if you are talking about insecurity, he shouldn't even mention that. Was it also not his time? I remember then, I wanted to go to Kaduna. They say, if you don't have flights that will go in the morning, don't even bother going to Kaduna. Then you can't even fly to Kaduna. By the time it's 4 o'clock, if mistakenly, the airline moves your flight to 4 o'clock, you're on your own, no? In Kaduna, back then when he was governor, is it the Bethel school that they even kidnapped students? So there were a lot and lots of insecurity. If we begin to count and count and count,
that's right.
We'll count. But look at this man, since he has come. Have you heard about any ethnic, religious crisis?
No.
Not one.
Not one.
But
so
anyway,
sometimes you have to give people their flowers. What is he doing? I'm not saying I would forever stop anybody, any governor from paying bandits.
With due respect,
gentlemen, I know
I
you
will
have.
never agree to that.
Gentlemen, I know you have a lot to talk, when it comes to this matter, but we need to pay some bills. Let's go on this quick break, and when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away. It's still Journalist Hangout.
In the beating heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodima's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, Guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
Meet Miriam, entrepreneur and tech influencer, a young lady empowered to run her e-commerce platform.
Hi guys, guess whose package just came in? And guess who made that happen? Super App.
Her online store stays hot because Super App stays ready.
I'll just order more from the Super App.
Join millions of businesses on Super App today and be a part of Africa's digital renaissance. Visit superapp.tdafrica.com to get started. TD Africa, empowering you. Meet Miriam, entrepreneur and tech influencer, a young lady empowered to run her e-commerce platform.
Hi guys, guess whose package just came in? And guess who made that happen? Super App.
Her online store stays hot because Super App stays ready.
I'll just order more from the Super App.
Join millions of businesses on Super App today and be a part of Africa's digital renaissance. Visit superapp.tdafrica.com to get started. TD Africa, empowering you.
All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. We still have Femi Adefila right here with us and Asukwa James. Now, still talking Kaduna, the state government, the Kaduna state government, has told the former governor not to plunge the state into violence with most of the things. But what are the best options available for the state in handling this matter?
I think the state should continue to engage, continue to do what they have to do. They should not play politics with the issue of security. You see, if you perform, the people are not stupid. The people can see. Yoruba will say, that those are things will be visible for the eyes. I want to say that humility is a leadership virtue. I think this man in power now has it in quantum. And I think it's a scarce commodity when you talk of El-Rufai with very due respect to him. And this man is engaging. He's interfacing with people. He's bringing people together. He's behaving like the central hub, not alienating one section and playing one section against the other. When you have those vices, of course, you're going to have a lot of restiveness, you're going to have a lot of strife, a lot of discontent in the Kaduna. But now, I think the governor should continue to do what he's doing. If you go to Kaduna, it is not a lie. It doesn't need to tell us that I can drive between Abuja and Kaduna now without the fear of being molested or being arrested or being kidnapped. That was not what obtained when El-Rufai was there. You should sustain that. We should not see a reverser. People can now ride on train between Kaduna and Abuja. People can fly in and travel when they like. You should sustain that. You should do more. You should see those criticisms as tonic for better performance. You see, somebody told me that success is the best form of revenge.
True.
Exactly.
True.
So if you are successful at what you do, you put your enemies to shame. So he should sustain what he has not done enough. We commend him for what he has done because we have left Egypt. We are not in the promised land yet.
And action speaks louder.
That's
than
right.
words.
You should do more. Construct road, build infrastructure, empower people, ensure that every sector of Kaduna State is included in governance, is interfacing, is engaging. When he does that, of course, people will be able to see, and they can distill lies from truth, falsehood from politics.
Absolutely.
That's right.
But Asukwa, could this, the former governor's outburst be linked to the strained relationship between, himself and the president after his failed ministerial screening?
Do you think the president is angry with him? He's not. He's the one angry with the president.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Because he did not get that ministerial, he keeps telling people that he wasn't interested in the ministerial appointment. It's a lie. After all, he actually submitted his CV. And they went through it. So you can't say that you are not interested in a job or you send a CV.
Because some have said that will he be having this kind of outburst if he was part of the cabinet?
Exactly. But he was
when politicians step out of political space,
that is the problem.
They miss something.
Exactly. So the thing is, once you are a politician, there are some things that you are supposed to do. The perks of governance, particularly in Africa, is something that you cannot miss, particularly when you are out of office. You know, I think the only person that has been able to, you know, when he was out and he still had things around him, he was able to control, is the president.
Yeah.
He was out of office as a governor, but he still had that clouds, you know, that people made his house a mecca of some sort. You know, but he's out. He's not just 2 years and he's shouting like this. What of if it's 4 years? Then there will be a problem.
That's a question we must ask.
Okay.
And I've asked the question repeatedly. Why do our politicians, former political office holders, witness Damascus experience and 360-degree turnaround from politicians to social activists when they step out of political office? You see, those ideas that meant nothing to them when they were eating, when they were in power, suddenly become very important. And they try to appropriate the Nigerian narrative. Nigerians are against you. Nigerians want this.
Okay, but
who makes you appoint to Nigerian spokesperson?
Exactly. but gentlemen,
just because you lost public office, I am a social activist.
Looking at this situation in Kaduna and the former governor, what does this clash reveal about secession politics in Nigeria? Where former governors, you know, refuse to let go of the influence.
Because of the power therein. The godson and the godfather syndrome. You see, the truth of the matter is this. When you make me governor, before I became governor, I'll be subservient to you because the power to make him governor resides with you. Because you are the incumbent governor.
So as soon as I
become governor, I now realize the enormous power that I can wield. Then don't forget something. You are not just the governor. Everybody around you are governors because they form a ring around you. Exactly. Your wife will be singing songs in your ears. You are the governor, please act. Your friends will be telling you, you cut the shot, it's your time, please act. Don't allow anybody to pretend over you. Be a man. So, and because the man that stepped out also knows the flagels, the power in being in power. So he now laments the fact that you're supposed to kowtow to him, and no man wants to kowtow to another man. I think there must be an understanding. I think it's only in Lagos that even President Bola Tinubu's leadership in Lagos suffered some setback during Fashola. There were hiccups. During Ambodi, there were hiccups. But he was able to manage his own very well. That's why we have Sanwo-Olu. Some other states have failed in producing. But the truth of the matter is this: godfatherism must be discouraged. But mentors must be encouraged. Even in the Bible, there are mentors.
Godfatherism and mentorship.
Yeah, there's a difference. A mentor gives values. Yeah, there's a difference. A godfather breathes down your neck. He wants you to be his shadow. Doesn't want to be a man.
But we can't take away godfatherism in politics. We can't take it away.
I rather wish we have mentors and not godfathers.
Exactly.
Oh, really? Do you agree with that?
No, of course. We've seen a critical example in Lagos. Somebody mentored so many governors. Okay, and look at the result. Lagos is now one of the biggest, the largest economies.
One of the continuity.
That continuity.
And you can see the continuity, the blueprint.
Exactly. So, for instance, if there was that break in transmission on one way or the other, do you think Lagos would have been like this today? No. So we need leaders, political leaders must have that attitude of always mentoring people rather than trying to lord over people. You understand? And that is why we keep having these issues.
Okay, now, just as we round off on this conversation, do you think this back and forth, this war of words between the governor and the former governor, do you think it's capable of distracting Governor Obasani, in looking at the main issues, the issue of insecurity, poverty, education?
You know what? Let me tell you for the truth. It is the ghosts of the past that is haunting the former governor.
Just hold that thought. We have Olatunji calling from Ikorodu. Olatunji, go ahead.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You have the floor.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't mind what El-Rufai is saying. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. You see, El-Rufai is known for what he's doing. He has no interest in politics. You get the point. He has no interest. He has no political anything you can say. Oh, it was that. Except that he was given appointment So what he's doing now, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. So the president governor should just focus on what he's doing, like the gentleman said. That should just focus. Don't mind El-Rufai at all. You get the point.
All right,
That's my
then.
contribution.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. The issue of distraction.
No, yeah, of course, definitely. The governor should not be distracted. You know, he's already taking baby steps, trying to see how we can right the wrongs of the past. I was talking to somebody from Kaduna today. He was saying before El-Rufai came, they were armed robbers. They had armed robberies left, right. That is before he came. But when he left them with armed bandits and co. You understand? So
changing nomenclature. You
understand? So you can see the promotion from armed robbery to bandit, armed bandits. So he himself, he should sit down and think, what did I leave behind for my successor? He should think about that. The man is trying to see how Kaduna can be safe for people to go back. He was the one that even said, okay, let's have Kaduna Investment Agency or whatever. How is the agency doing? That is some of the things he has to sit down with Governor Obasani, and then they will discuss how Kaduna can be better. Trying to stoke fire into the state that is already trying to be peaceful. I keep saying it. Southern Kaduna people are happy with this governor.
That's right.
That is an area that people dread to go. The market that were shut for 10 years, we are open. We had a story that was done here. People, we are billionaires or up in less than 2 years. Because the governor decided to sit down with them to see how there can be peace.
I want to add to that. Yeah, I want to add to that. He painted a scenario now. I think this governor should strive to change the trajectory. Armed robbery to armed banditry. Now he should ensure that he didn't bequeath such on the success. He shouldn't do that. Then again, if you don't like the heat, you don't stay in the kitchen.
Simple.
If he doesn't like criticism, he has no business being governor. There's nothing wrong in being criticized.
He has
More
to
people will criticize. He should soak it in and use it to perform.
Exactly. All right, we have Shola Aluko calling in from Ado. Shola Aluko, go ahead. Shola Aluko, are you with us? Okay. All right, let's move straight to our next conversation. Arms and ammunition are the fuel that sustain banditry. Okay, we still have Shola Aluko there. Aluko, are you still with us? Okay. All right, then let's move straight to our next conversation. Arms and ammunition are the fuel that sustain banditry, and cutting off that supply line is key to tackling insecurity in Katsina State. Security operatives have arrested suspected gun runners accused of aiding criminal gangs with weapons. The suspects were arrested following credible intelligence on their activities, which resulted in a swift tactical response from the police operatives. Meanwhile, more local government areas in the state have entered into peace agreements with bandits terrorizing communities. The latest accord involved Musawa local government area, which reached an understanding with armed groups under the state government's Operation Safe Corridor initiative. Okay, gentlemen, the arrest of these suspected gun runners, I mean, this is good and credible intelligence at work, is it not? And also, how can we sustain this momentum?
No, if you read down, further down from in that story, you'll notice that these guys are residents of that area. So it means that even some of the crime that are being committed in the northwest and most of the places in Nigeria are residents. It can be your neighbor,
black legs in the communities.
Inside, so we must know what everybody is doing. And it's just a fantastic way that the police even came out, to intercept, because we don't know what, because they were about to distribute these things.
Yes.
They will distribute this ammunition to different groups, because they have different groups. They are the ones that will bring it into the local government and start distributing to other groups. And these groups will begin to lord over people. And the next thing they will do is either marry their wives or kidnap them, and then they will start asking for ransom or rustle their cattle. If they don't do that, then they'll start to kill them. So, but the police have been able to intercept these weapons, and I hope they will continue, because we need the police to start working. It's just years and years of we having ungoverned spaces all around, and these guys have decided to take those ungoverned spaces and, you know, try to form a community of their own, trying to make sure that our people does not even have their two eyes closed. But the police will have to keep looking for intelligence.
Absolutely.
With the DSS, you know, they have to work together to see how they can nip this, you know, criminal gangs in the bud. Because if we continue, we don't know if we'll have a state again. I remember the Katsina state governor. There was a time it was as if he was helpless. He even created a vigilante group. I remember he created a vigilante. You ask yourself, what happened to the vigilante group? Those guys within the vigilante group, people who knew the people who were in the vigilante, started giving those other guys in the groups intelligence about them and started killing them. You know, so we need to find a way to make sure that our communities are safe. Absolutely. And the police, we must also trust the police. The police must also find a way to restore their confidence in the people. The people must have confidence in police. So that by the time you tell police, oh, Mr. A, I found him carrying one sack. I don't know what that sack is. It looks like this, it looks like that. The police should not go and say, Mrs. B actually told me. You know, the police must repose that confidence. People must repose confidence in police so that they can give them credible intelligence.
I mean, how does this arrest, affect the fight against the rising wave of banditry in Katsina at the moment?
With due respect, I think to stem the tide of insecurity in our nation, Nigeria, because it has become a recurring decimal. They sing song during Buhari, during Jonathan, now under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So I expect President Bola Tinubu to do something very drastic, with very due respect. You see, you can't expect a different result when you keep doing the same thing the same way. I think the Nigerian military has failed the nation, with very due respect. If I were to be in his position today as Mr. President, so that 2024, we appropriated 5.3 billion US dollars, 3.8 trillion naira to the security and the defense sector. What did we get in return? We got houses in Abuja, in Banana Island, bought by generals. I was made to believe that even officers are no more fighting. So the rank and file are frustrated. I think, Mr. President, to change strategy. It is enough is enough. Let us approach private military companies.
You're talking about
mercenaries. Mercenaries, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. You can let me finish this. If we domicile one in Benue, they own the equipment, they own the personnel, the men. Domicile one in Safara, domicile one in Borno, instead of giving this money to military generals to Senator
Ali Ndume has actually talked about that.
The best thing to do is to hire private companies and mercenaries.
We have a caller right now, Shamsuddin. Shamsuddin, go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good evening. From Abuja, go ahead.
I just want to give my small knowledge about this insecurity issue. You see, earlier you people were talking about insecurity in Kaduna, now in Katsina. And if I could make a statement, before the independence and after the independence also, there was a time that Sani Abacha said, if any trouble or anything like insecurity or banditry or anything related to it should last for 24 hours, then it means the government has a hand in it. So, but referring to what El-Rufai said, if really Nigerians want to tackle this issue, I believe there is a way they should do. And if they should do, they should consider what El-Rufai said about stop paying ransom to any bandit.
Okay. All right, thank you.
America has a logic.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, but beyond arresting these couriers, what do you think should be done to finally dismantle, the big supply chain of these gun runners?
Well, it means that other agencies, security agencies will have to, up their game. Where are they coming? Where are these arms coming from? If it's the borders, it means the customs have to do their work, and immigration, they have to do their work. And I know my own, I keep saying that most times we arrest these people, but sometimes we do not hear them being prosecuted. It means that the judiciary are not also doing their job, because we need people to at least go to jail or somebody gets life sentence, so that by the time somebody who wants to go into that business hears that, Mr. A or B were arrested and now they are in jail forever.
Exactly.
They won't go into that, you know. So prosecution is key in things like this. But because we just, they've been arrested, after that we don't hear anything again. It's just business as usual. And then the next thing you start hearing that, that same area. Because
he's a repentant,
all right,
he's back in his society.
Gentlemen, the side B of this conversation. Some local governments are now negotiating with bandits, having an understanding.
When a constituted authority submit onto non-state actors, then that's a failure of state. That's what I'm saying. It's a total failure. That's why I'm saying that we need to change our strategy. If the military is up and doing, we very due respect to them. And they are doing their job. Some of them are doing their job, but most of them are not doing. We have seen cases of connivance, conspiracy, that even the military men sell their fellow military men out to bandit. That's how we need to do something drastic. In my own humble opinion, if not, this is going to be a narrative that continues to discuss for a long time to come.
We have Additional calling in. Additional, you have the floor. Let's talk.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Is laughable if we are going with this trajectory. There is a signed deal with bandits. We cannot go anywhere. We cannot defeat terror when we go in this trajectory.
Negotiating with bandits.
It's laughable that in this 21st century, bandits were its only sway in our local government. But I want to say that I keep on saying that there is no way in the world that a non-state actor will beat the state. It is not done anywhere. Nigeria is known to be giant of Africa. It's not a must say. We have done it. We have achieved it before. It's only for the president now to declare emergency in the city.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, this issue of negotiating with bandits, has it ever yielded a lasting result or solution?
It has never and will never yield.
Then why do we still see governments negotiating?
It is because what I've noticed is that the local government are the ones negotiating.
Yes.
And I don't know if the NSA is involved in this. And I just heard that maybe Operation Safe Corridor initiative. I don't understand what that means. You know, we shouldn't be negotiating with these guys. We shouldn't. These are the guys that, before we even say they should come and negotiate, they would have killed people. They would have collected ransom before you now start seeing them sitting down with you.
These are murderers.
Of course.
Negotiate
so
with
why are you
people
Then there's a
negotiating
question you
with
must
them?
ask. What are the terms of negotiation?
Then you understand.
What are you giving in exchange? They will demand for money.
And they will also
bribes,
demand for food.
Don't you know that you are sustaining them? You are giving blood to banditry by negotiating with them.
You are just giving them oxygen for them to survive.
For them to survive. That's
what also happens if the bandits break the terms of agreement?
They always do that. Have you forgotten that even the former Katsina state governor, Masari, when he negotiated with them, after a while, he didn't even take up to a month. They were already in the forest. So we had experiences of this before. And this is the same Katsina again. They are doing this. I think what the president should do is to zero that Katsina and see what he can do with that state.
What of Zamfara?
No, yes, now what I mean, Zamfara, Sokoto, Katsina.
That's right.
You know, those three states, zero those 3 states, and use the 3 states as a test study. Deal with the bandits there. By the time they deal with them, all this issue about negotiation with bandits will be able to stop, because I see no reason why local government chairmen should be sitting with bandits, and at the end of the day you think you're a local government chairman. You are not.
And I want to say that those chairmen negotiating must be frustrated. They've been pushed to the wall.
Exactly.
They are desirous to defend their people. They are helpless. So the only option that they are helpless. That's why I'm saying that we should go back to those people whose mandate is to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria. Why have they failed? Despite $5.13 billion, and 3.8 trillion naira. Why have they continuously failed?
So you're saying
to
that
defend
the
us?
president should
do something. He should tweak his strategy. This is not working. Giving money every year to the military has not worked, and it won't work because the money is not being deployed to the purpose it's meant. The president is well-intentioned by appropriating huge money.
But the NSA said they've
But the result we see,
leaders,
okay, now, chairmen are negotiating with bandits. Oh, they've taken over. What the form of takeover is that?
No, the NSA...
That is a statement that we have not won nothing.
Let me put it this way. The NSA, yes, is doing his work. You know, he has been able to give him his flowers in terms of getting the global terrorists.
Leaders, yes.
You understand that? But this one is local. So he has to find the local solution to this one now. Because these guys, we are giving them oxygen, and before you know it, they turn to global terrorists. So the best thing is the NSA has to deal with these guys. The DSS DG, I know he's listening.
You know, he's been
be able to get intelligence to take these guys, take their leaders, take their everybody that is involved, take them out.
All right, gentlemen. Beautiful conversation. Beautiful conversation at this table. Femi Adefila, thank you so much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Again, beautiful.
Yeah.
Asoko James, as always.
Thank you for having me.
We had to drag you here yet again. Thank you so much. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangouts on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.
I'm a real Nigerian, accountable Nigerian, a caring Nigerian. I live by the citizens' code. I'm a real Nigerian, born Nigerian, a resilient Nigerian. I live by the citizens' code. I'm a real Nigerian, accountable Nigerian, a caring Nigerian. I live by the citizens' code. I'm a real.
Hello, fellow Nigerians. I'm Larry Saunilu, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency. Our relatively short history since independence, remarkable achievements have unfolded. However, we can only acknowledge these successes if we choose to focus on the positive. Remember, you cannot see the light if you keep your eyes closed. Great things are happening to many Nigerians. Our country is a land of opportunities for those who are positive. At the National Orientation Agency, we are committed to highlighting the many uplifting stories under the Renewed Hope agenda. We invite you to listen to the testimonies of fellow Nigerians who are experiencing the positive impact of government initiatives and Nigerian environment. Nigeria is thriving for millions in extraordinary ways, but it requires a mindset of optimism and a heartfelt love for our country to truly appreciate this progress. Join us on this journey of growth. Our cup is half full, not half empty. Embrace positivity and be a proud Nigerian. I am a proud Nigerian.
My name is Ademo Umar Cheku from Government Girls Secondary School Dutse, a VP academic. We benefited very, very well in the new term of giving us a befitting computers for our students. In fact, as a VP academic of this institution, our students use this computer to facilitate their learning. In fact, most of the lessons like biology, chemistry, physics, and even literature, our students are using it as expected time, and it benefits them a lot. In fact, it facilitates their learning. NAFDAC have actually helped us a lot in terms of learning, just as e-learning results Like now, we are not giving results just like that. It's not manual again. You can see right now, students are here. They are collecting their result. We are printing the result. From the email, we can even send the result. They have their PIN number. We can send the result to the student, to the parent at home to access. We can subscribe some things now. We can go to and get the books there through this e-learning. We can get books there, and the student can read through instead of getting a manual book or this textbook. We can find other books in that place, and the teachers access it, and it will help the student and the teachers. So it makes it life meaningful and easier, work easy for us. Even when they provide this computer for us, they are coming interval to come and check to see that how do we manage it in the school. People believe that nothing is working. My own experience with this computer that NETA gave us, subscribe it for us, we have everything. I believe, those who are saying that they may not see it, the reality of life, the government is working very well, and they should have hope that yes, there's hope in this country. We thank the Information Management Agency, which is NETA, for providing this computer to us. We also thank the Federal Republic of Nigeria for giving us this opportunity. Thank you, and God bless you.
Real Nigerian, accountable Nigerian, a caring Nigerian. I live by the citizens' code.
Powered by National Orientation Agency.
At TVC News, wherever the big news stories happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
On the program today, we turn our spotlight to the recent statement made by the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, that President Bola Tinubu will come third in the 2027 presidential election. The former governor said there are chances that the election would not end on first ballot, but that President Tinubu would not stand a chance in the runoff. Well, these are strong statements, and the presidency has claimed it was a contradiction for Mr. El-Rufai to admit that 4 years was inadequate for political office holders to make meaningful changes in government, despite joining the ADC coalition and now seeking President Tinubu's removal after just 2 years in office. The presidency also disclosed that former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, is at the forefront of a gang of political desperados plotting to remove President Tinubu from office. Tonight, we dig beyond the headline to unpack some revelations on the person of Nasir El-Rufai and why he is making some strong statements and allegations. I am Abosedi Adeniro Aduremi, standing in for Nifemi Oguntoye. Now, National Secretary of the APC, Felix Morka, joins me on the program tonight to respond to these weighty allegations coming from a former chieftain of the party. Good to have you join us, Mr. Morka. Nasir El-Rufai has made a prediction about the 2027 presidential election, and it doesn't appear to favor your party. Specifically, he says President Tinubu will at best be third in that election. How do you react to that supposed prophecy?
Prophecy. That's a very very fake as it can get. Prophecy from El-Rufai. I do not know him as a prophet, and assuming he's one, then he needs to go back to sleep and wake up again. You know, see, when mere mortals, humans, people who are just like everyone else, arrogate to themselves the power to see tomorrow and to predict tomorrow. You know, when people begin to do that, that's when you know that they've lost their mind, honestly. And it's really disappointing that someone, in El-Rufai's standing, who was a former minister, a former governor, will descend to this, really, abysmal level where he's lost every, speck of, integrity and seriousness. It's really very sad. And all because of his personal, vendetta that he nurses with, the president, because he didn't get, his appointment as minister. We shouldn't really, as public servants, we shouldn't get to that level.